Alright, today I'm going to show you how to install a zoning damper, specifically Honeywell TrueZone. I'll just give you a quick overview of my setup right here. I've got 4 zones in the house. Big old 3,000 square foot farmhouse. I did not set this up originally. It was set up, I believe, in the late 90s. With different equipment, and then somewhere along the lines the next owners basically disconnected everything, and then just tried to balance the house. When I bought the house wasn't balanced. My bedroom specifically was not balanced very well at all. Freezing in the wintertime and hot in the summertime. So I elected to have a company come back in and set the zoning system back up. I should have just done research myself and done it myself, because it would have saved a ton of money, because it's really not that difficult if you learn about it. I watched a ton of crap online, specifically Honeywell training videos, just to understand. And if you have any mechanical aptitude at all, you can do this. So what I have here is I have my gas furnace, propane to be more specific, but I also run a wood boiler, and in the spring I'm actually going to be switching over to a heat pump. But my wood boiler lines come in, and then my heat exchanger is right in there. So all I use really in the wintertime is the blower. My room is upstairs, as far away from this furnace as possible, in an addition, so it's extremely far away. So my run is right here, and my damper is right there. Now I've got the old style Honeywell motor on that one, but the new ones, all the new ones come with these style motors. You can tell when they're closed. If they're closed all the way, you can preset them right here. If you need a little bypass, if you don't have the bypass hooked up, which I don't yet, I'm going to. But then I've got 5 total dampers. So there's 1, 2, and 3 right there, and then 4 that goes up to the kids' side of the house. No, sorry, this one doesn't. This one stays down below. That one that I'm going to replace now goes up to the kids' side of the house. And they've been seizing up, and I have to take them out and get them going again, and I'm just going to replace it. Another thing that the heating company didn't do is they didn't put in this transformer to power this. They ran it off of the furnace power, and that is a big no-no that I learned. It should have its own power supply. That's a 75 VA. If you go overkill, it doesn't matter. It's only going to use what it needs to use on the panel. This is my zoning panel. This is the biggest zoning panel that Honeywell makes. It's the HZ432. It has 4 zones and can control a lot of dampers, and it has add a zone and everything else. So I've added the DATS discharge air temperature sensor to this as well, which it didn't have. And I also added I ran an outdoor air temperature sensor. Yeah, just to make it smarter, I think. But I've got the cover off right now. This actually turns out looking pretty nice. If you're worrying about what this is, pretty simple. This is set up to think it's running a heat pump, because you can't tell it that it's running a wood boiler. All we need to do is have the blower come on and off, so we tell it that it's running a heat pump. Now what happens is, if it needs to cool a room, it would turn on the air conditioned side of the heat pump. Well, I don't have a heat pump. I have wood boiler and an air conditioner. So I have the air conditioner coming into the switch, and in the winter time I just shut the switch off so it won't activate my air conditioner. Once I put in a heat pump, it'll be much better. Won't have to worry about this. Take that right out. So you should never have to worry about this. So each zone is set up with a different thermostat in each zone. So my bedroom has its own thermostat, its own zone. So when it calls for heat or cooling, it's going to open that or keep that damper open, and then it's going to close all the other ones. So right now, zone 3, it's calling for heat. That's my bedroom, and all the other ones are red, meaning they're closed. So I'm gonna get this guy disconnected and get my new one in. I'll show you that real quick. One thing I didn't realize, that I mounted this transformer kind of in the way of pulling this guy out, so I might have to, if this doesn't come out smoothly, I might have to just unplug this and move it, at least temporarily, so I can throw the new one in. I'll show you this. These are super nice. If you already have like existing here and it slides in this way, this is a 12 by 8. So the first number in the dimension of the zoning panel is where the motor is going to be mounted. So this is zone damper 12 by 8 true zone. That's what that means. So if I were to get a ZD 8 by 12 TZ, the motor would be on the bottom like this one. So yes, all of mine did come in from the side, but what I've been doing is, these are expensive, brand new, so I've been eBaying used ones. Besides that one was new, open box. So if I found one that's a 12 by 8 and motor was on the bottom, I just patched the original hole, cut a new one, and installed it that way. Well worth it for me. And then really they're just 2-wire operations, because these are default open. So you have your M1 and your M6. So your M1 is going to be your common, your M6 is going to be your common. Hang on. Yeah, M1 is going to be white, M6 is your red. If you wanted to have the green indicator that it's open, you could run a 3rd wire to the M4, but I don't see why you would want to. But now you can see all my zones are happy. So just for giggles at the moment, I am going to unplug that transformer so I don't make any sparks, which I have it plugged into the furnace line. So there, now I'll be safe. Won't have to arc any low voltage. So I'm going to work on getting this one out of here. And this one, actually I took too many screws out and I took the motor off, which kind of sucks with these old ones, but there it is. And here's what's weird. So this appears to be a 12 by 6, or sorry, an 8 by 10. It's not even the same size. And I thought this was failing. I could see it was working and it was closing, but I thought it was failing because my kids' room was getting so hot. I found the problem. Yeah, that's not the right size. 10 by 6 and it needs a 12 by 6. So there's 2 inches that nothing was getting to. Wow. Wonder who did that. Yeah. So this'll fix everything. As far as that goes, that's crazy. That's stupid. But yes, I did have to move the transformer out of the way. But I'm not gonna permanently move it, because this should be just a one-time thing anyway. Because I know once I throw that transformer back on, I'm not going to be able to really get to it, so I'm going to take part of it up right now. I've got the transformer put back together. I got this installed, taped it all up. I just used 4 screws, 1 in each corner. This one doesn't really matter, as long as I taped it up, so it's fine. So now, like I said, we look over here. M6 is red, M1 is white, and then I want to have this set to close. So it is, and yeah. So if you want to adjust this, you just kind of push it in and move it, and then it won't close all the way. It'll close it like, I think this is like 15%, but the instructions tell you. So M1, we'll put these are just push terminals, super easy. Of course, I can't do it one-handed, so actually I found out I can do it one-handed. You just when you're putting them in, you don't have to push the pin down. Probably a little hard to see. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Put that bad boy in there and just push it up in there. Locks into place. Now what we want to do is we want to test it, okay? So I'm going to throw the power back on. Bang. Purge override. Oh, sorry, you probably can't see that. Purge override, yes, because I don't even have that system. So now the cool thing about this is I can test these dampers out. So we push mode. It's so hard to see until we go down to checkout, and then this allows you to test. Holy moly, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna hit next until we get to what we want. Zone 1 damper, zone 2, zone 3, and that is zone 4. So I'm gonna hit closed, and we should, yeah, you can see the little needle right here, and it's giving it power. So that's what we're doing. I love these because you can watch that needle go all the way. So if you had this set on the first setting 15%, it should stop at 1. But now, yeah, we've got it wide open on the switch or the adjustment. So that will be all the way closed. And that's it, man. And then we can go back down here and go open, and it opens right back up. So we're done. So we'll just exit checkout. Yes, exiting checkout. Purge override, because it don't matter. So it's super simple, guys. Super simple. This is just a quick overview. I am not a professional by any means. Not a professional. I am an at-home DIY because I can't afford to pay somebody to do this. So if I can learn about it and then I can do it correctly, then yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I've already learned apparently more about, you know, at least wiring the zoning than the company that came in and did because I mean, they didn't even use a transformer, and that was the first thing that Honeywell said, is you use a transformer, especially if you're using more than, I think it was 3 dampers. I'm using 5. So yeah. So man, that eBay, I'll post the links down below as well. But I get a lot of used stuff on eBay, and I love it. You save a lot of money. And usually people just upgrade or get rid of zoning, and then they sell their stuff. So the only thing I have left to do now for this is to just get one more of these modern motors. I mean, they're so nice having that indicator. I smack my head on this all the time. I really maybe should switch them. No, I'm not gonna do that, but anyway. Yeah, I love these with the indicators, because this one I ordered and I didn't realize that it came with the old style, and you could see the set screw on it, but that's the only way you're gonna tell if it's open or closed. So yeah, it doesn't match the other ones, but it will. One of these days I'll look and find an auction and hopefully get one, which I just missed one. I knew I should have thrown in a bid, but yeah, hopefully I didn't do too much wrong and have the HVAC guys yell at me in the comments below, but if you do, you do. But I just wanted to share how I'm saving money and how I'm doing it and what I understand. So like I said, links will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Later.